Shalom, friends. It's long been recognized that the way that the Torah speaks insight is through stories and through guidelines, not through the kind of explicit, self-critical, rational conversation of science or philosophy, both of which are important ways of knowing and relating to the world as well. But the Torah seems to live in a more primal place, a place of intuition, a place of shared feelings, a place of memories created and nurtured. And so the story this week in Parshat Balak in the book of Numbers is the story of a non-Jewish king who seeks to curse the children of Israel. And so he kidnaps a non-Jewish prophet, Bilam, and he brings him to curse the Israelites. And 3 times he sets him up and tries to get him ready. And 3 times Bilam responds not by cursing the children of Israel, but by blessing them. And finally, Bilam has to explain to this king, look, I don't speak for myself. I'm not some disembodied autonomous entity. I'm part of something bigger. And so I can only respond to that something bigger. The words he uses, Hadavar asher yasim Elohim bifi, Oto adaber. Those words that God puts in my mouth, those are the words I speak. Now, I want to talk about that on 2 levels. For those of us who relate to the universe in the first person, I and thou, I and you, the image of God helps to capture that sense of a personal relationship, of a oneness that communes with us. For those who have trouble with that kind of imagery, let's think instead of being able to be true to the urges, the best urges that all of the years of evolution have planted in our hearts. We are primed for compassion and decency and justice. And just as there are elements of cruelty and callousness within us, we can choose to mold ourselves and to shape ourselves with the angels of our better nature. And so the words of the prophet, only that which God says to me, that is what I say, that can be understood by theists and atheists alike as a being transparent to our best selves. Those of our best urges, those are what comes out of our mouth. And we never say something that is a violation of our best self, our truest self. In that sense, Bilam is a prophet to teach us. And in that sense, we all have what to learn, to be true to ourselves, but understanding ourselves not as something radically apart from and separate from the world out of which we emerge, but rather we are the upwelling of all of creation, of all of history, of all of evolution, into the particular and unique instantiation that each of us are. And so can we go through today and the rest of the week practicing only those words which reflect that true core? Only that will we say. And only those impulses will be clear through our behavior. Shalom.